Hello! So, a while ago I made this video in which I discussed my music recommendations and my music favourites, and since then my taste in music has changed quite a bit. And while I still appreciate all of the things I listed in that video, the music I most often listen to now it's slightly different. So I thought I would make an updated music recommendations video. Woo. Also, I want to apologise in advance for the change in lighting throughout this video. I don't know what the sun's doing, there are some clouds. Something that has also changed is my method of listening, because in my last music recommendations video, I put a lot of emphasis on collecting physical albums, and while I still appreciate physical albums, I much prefer listening to music on Spotify at the moment because I like to have a variety and I like to mix up what I'm listening to quite often. So I'll make playlists and change playlists and use my Discover Weekly playlist to mix it up a little. And I like to listen to individual songs rather than whole albums at once. Something that has stayed the same, however, is Alt J being my favourite band. I still really love Alt J a lot. However, up there with Alt J at the moment is also Fox Academy and Starfucker. In terms of my favourite albums for those bands, I really enjoyed Being No One Going Nowhere by Starfucker last month, and also This Is All Yours by Alt J. And I think those were the only two whole albums that I really loved, or I guess actively listen to on a regular basis. The rest has been individual songs, which I'll get into next. However, An Awesome Wave by Alt J is still one of my all-time favourite albums. I pretty much put at least one or two songs from that album in every single playlist I make. Okay, regarding individual songs, here is a list of some of the songs that I have really been appreciating as of late. Alt J's two new singles, 3WW and Cold Blood. 3WW in particular, I don't know. I feel like it's the kind of song that I wouldn't have appreciated as much if you showed it to me like a month ago. But when listening to it for the first time, when I did a few weeks ago, I don't know, it just hit me emotionally for some reason. And I think it was just the perfect moment for me to have listened to it, if you get what I mean. I also really like Ghosting by Mother Mother, Reptilian's Skeleton remix by Starfucker, Where Is My Mind by the Pixies, because I watched Fight Club for the first time a month ago, last month sometime, and I really fucking enjoyed it. Again, like 3WW, Fight Club was just, I think that was the perfect time for me to have watched it for maximum emotional impact. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoy Where Is My Mind by the Pixies, which is like the last song in the movie. Lovely Day by Alt J. We've Never Met, But Can We Have a Cup of Coffee or Something by In Love with a Ghost. Stuck on a Puzzle by Alex Turner. Lavender Blood by Fox Academy, which has been a favourite of mine for a long ass time now. Lavender Blood and Breeze Blocks by Alt J, just, they never grow old for me for some reason. I can listen to them over and over again and they just never grow old. Idle Town by Conan Gray. Twin Rivers by Big Scary. Whenever I listen to this song, I am instantly transported to a specific moment in time when I was walking through Hyde Park in England, because I was listening to this song, and now it low-key makes me want to cry when I listen to it. Good. The Plastic Mermaids does that to me too. Specifically Fire Hands. Fire Hands? Yeah. Because I listened to that in an empty bathtub in England with a candle and the picture of Dorian Gray, the book, on New Year's Eve. Yeah. And Open Your Eyes by Starfucker. And before we move on to playlists, I'd like to mention two music YouTubers that I've really been watching a lot of. You probably know who they are. They're not very obscure, they're not very unpopular, but I've just been binge watching Dodie Clark and Conan Gray recently. I've been going through a few crises recently, and Dodie Clark's videos and Conan Gray's videos have just been a good stress relief, a good sort of calming down thing to watch, and I really appreciate the music created by both of these artists. And finally, the main event of this video, Spotify playlists. The stretch in between is my current playlist. It's kind of a work in progress, but it's the one I'm listening to most often at the moment because it's the one that corresponds with this month and this time time period in my life. So I would recommend all of the songs in that. Ends and Beginnings is the playlist that I had for, I think it was like February through to May, maybe March through to May. And the name corresponds with the stretch in between, because that point in my life was the end of one part of my life and the beginning of another. And then this month is the stretch in between the end and the beginning. Ha ha ha, pretentious. For Ends and Beginnings, I would also recommend, I would also highly recommend the playlist London. I can't listen to this playlist anymore at the moment without crying, because it's the playlist I listened to when I was in England, and each of these songs just brings back a lot of memories and a lot of just intense feeling. But it's one of my favorite playlists that I've made. And I can't listen to it anymore because it hurts. And finally, I want to recommend the two playlists, Rain on Train Trips and Jasmine and Sunburn. Rain on Train Trips I made specifically for train trips in the rain. It's kind of not moody, but it's like calm and very rainy aesthetic. And Jasmine and Sunburn is the corresponding playlist to that, and I made that to embody summer and car drives with the windows down and just feeling infinite and running along the beach and that sort of stuff. So if you're into that sort of stuff, there's those two playlists as well. Alrighty, so those are my up-to-date music recommendations. If you have any recommendations of your own, please let me know down in the comments section, because I really enjoy listening to fresh things. And I seem to be getting, not bored, but bored of music very quickly at the moment. I have the need to move on to new things very often. So please let me know some of your music recommendations in the comments and I might add them to my current playlist. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, or hey, you could also subscribe because that would be really cool. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you whenever I see you. Wait, no, I'm doing VEDJ. I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye.